Hi everyone, Zoltan here, and in this video I will show you some games on the Pentium MMX233 and the S3 Virge 2MB card, which is the worst 3D card I've ever tested. This is the original Colin McRae Rally, if I can pronounce it, from 1998, and this is just a little gameplay. 640 by 480. I'm not sure there are any settings, but set everything to the lowest, and I don't know how to display the frame rate here, so it's really smooth in this resolution, and it's really pixelated, and as you can see on the windshield and all the windows of the car, with this rainbowy color, it looks really horrid, and the car, which should be some yellow painting with blue strips or something, it's just totally black. And it's using software render, I guess, because yeah, it's pretty pixelated. But it's smooth, at least. And there are those dots flickering on the sky, and this part of the skybox is just strange. Draw distances are not the best, but this game is playable, so let's jump to another game and see how it runs. So this is quick to using the software render 320 by 240. This is the highest resolution supported. Any higher resolution is just extremely laggy on this PC, and the OpenGL is just not working. It's reverting back to the software render, maybe because of drivers, but basically the Virge is not supporting OpenGL at all in any game. So it looks really nice. Previously with the CRT screen it was really dark as all the other games, so maybe now it's a little over bright because of the brightness settings, but at least I can see everything, and movement is a little, so not as smooth, but it's playable. Some minor lag when the enemies are around and you are trying to shoot them, but I won't because I'm holding the camera, so I just can't really shoot them. But yeah, it looks okay, and yeah, basically it's a big difference compared what I was able to see with the CRT. I thought it's whole black and everything. It was so hard to navigate. With this TFT display, it's actually really nice. I'm gonna, yeah, these things are holding me in place. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm too friendly, not shooting at you at all. Oh yeah, it's pretty good. That's it. Okay, after seeing that Quake 2 was really nice without any graphical glitches in the software mode, I jumped back to Colin McRae Rally to see what are the settings. And actually in this game you can set your graphics card, and it was on the S3 Virge. Everything set to the lowest. So I switched to software render this time in this game as well, to see how it performs. And as you can see while I'm staying here, all the reflections on the car is perfect. Basically it's just a simple plain texture and no graphical glitches at all. But now it's not using any acceleration, and as you can see the frame rate is horrible, just totally unplayable. So this time I can't say that the Virge is a decelerator for this game, because it actually, the S3 mode really accelerates this game and makes it playable. But unfortunately this is a very bad card feature wise, and if you want performance you will have the glitches. So in softer mode, as you can see in these low settings, even it's looking okay, it's just unplayable. So I just want to check once more if I just know if you're in the game you just can't switch. You can do it on the menu, but you've seen the S3 Virge mode. You can select several graphics cards, including Edu, Rage, and some others, and the S3 Virge. But yeah, so that's what we've got here. And this game is Turok, Dinosaur Hunt, everything at the lowest. The S3 is not recognized by the game, but you can set default and it will run the direct 3D acceleration, and I wasn't able to select software render anywhere, so yeah, maybe I just don't know how, or it doesn't include it. But with everything at the minimal, the game is running and it's looking extremely bad. But I can move, at least it's not that bad, and the graphical glitches are pretty much horrible. And I might just drown here because I don't know the controls. But yeah, underwater looks gross. And here the draw distances, which are not that great, and also this green fog and the blue one. Yeah, I think this is how they do the draw distances. And also, if you can see those black and rainbow colored thing before loading the textures, it looks bad. And now, well, maybe I don't know. It's hard to follow. And as you can see on those plants, well, for a moment there were no alpha transparency. Yeah, no alpha here, but these are nicely masked, so not that bad. Performance is acceptable, graphics is horrid, and it's not because of the low settings, it's because of those graphical glitches. Once I was young, I was playing it on a Voodoo 3, I guess, and it was smooth and beautiful, not with this card. And now I just can't move, it's frozen, as you can see sometimes a little. Yeah, this happens with this card. If it has 3D acceleration at all, it's just dying. I don't know, it's dead. Basically some sounds from somewhere, but yeah, it's dead. Can't really exit it. Maybe, yeah. And on the desktop. So that was Turok on the S3. Awesome performance. And this game is Unreal Gold 320 by 240, 16-bit color. Only with 16-bit I can set the full screen, otherwise it's just a window. And yeah, basically everything is set to lowest. Maybe I should also set the sound, cause yeah, I have a weak CPU. Yeah, just keep the music, and as you can see, it's pretty slow, and I already loaded up an area, and it's much better than it was with the CRT screen, but it's still looking pretty dark. Using the software render, of course. No direct 3D is working on Unreal, it just crashes. I think it's because of the 2 megabytes, and even if the card has some memory holes, it could be extended to 4 megabytes. I just don't know how to get those chips, and maybe I don't even worry about them, because this card is horrible anyway. But as you can see, I can move around this area, even if I don't really know where I wish to go. So they are speaking about something called the translocator. So it's not the translocator, it's the translator. But I remember there somehow was a way to open this hatch and then move to the next map. But yeah, it was a long time ago playing this with the GeForce 256 before, and it was smooth as butter with Pentium 3. We'll test the Pentium 3 as well later. So I'm just randomly moving around, and the performance is pretty acceptable. If I'm firing this gun with this light effects, it's actually pretty slow. I remember Unreal have the stat FPS, but I can't really use it real time because it's saying frame time, and I should do 1 divided by the frame time, and it should give me frames per second, I guess. It's not a glitch. Yeah, so software render is glitch free in any game, but it's slow basically, and in this game, yeah, it's acceptable. No acceleration so far, so we can't experience awesome glitches with this game. Yeah, well, it looks so retro and so detailed in this resolution, so that's a good thing. I should find a panel or something, or just read this message and no, it's just history. And oh yeah, that's it. Render device drew a complex surface, and it's that, and it was with software render. So this is the S3 Virge experience. If you want to see such stuff, just use the Virge. It was such an awesome card. I'm just letting this little demo running in the background. This is Quake, the original version. GL Quake is not running with the Virge, but this in low settings, like 320 by 240. This game is actually really enjoyable. It's playable. Now it's a little bit bright because of the previous CRT usage, but I could set it a little bit darker. This game is older than Quake 2, obviously, and it's running pretty smooth, and I was enjoying this game for out several levels now, because I haven't really played this through the first map when I was smaller, and yeah, this time it's just really exciting. Yeah, so basically you could play those games with any graphics card, because with good 2D like a Trio 64, because the Virge really doesn't do anything for these games. No real acceleration here, and software is just depending on CPU. But yeah, we're testing it, and Also, I'm just maybe placing this into this video. This is 4 MB sys graphics card, which is basically, as I looked through the internet, it's a faster card than the Virge. Really simple, small one, but at least it's PCI. It's pretty hard to find a decent PCI card for these old PCs. This was in my 133 MHz Pentium 1 PC, and I'm using this in the MMX PC now, or at least after I tested some games. And this is Duke Nukem. Obviously, basically it's a DOS game and software render. Everything is set to pretty nice. I'm just decreasing the brightness a little because it's great. And we have the MIDI music, which is good, and I'm not hearing sound effects, but maybe it's just because we're in the menu. I haven't really played this game when I was a kid, and now we have sound effects. But this time I will. I played this level before, and because this game was playable with the 486, as I've seen in the Pentium 1 as well, this MMX card is just really nicely handling this game. And as I can shoot without the mouse, maybe if I could rotate myself the keyboard. No, not up and down, it's just the right ways. Never mind. But it's smooth, really smooth. It's using sprites for enemies. I just can't look up and down. I don't know why. I should figure out the controls. But it's pretty much playable. Really smooth. I've played this with the 100 MHz, same computer but just a different CPU, and it was a bit laggy. But with the CPU it's now rather smooth. If you like it, I would want to see. Oh, there is an enemy. Oh, these are sprites. Is my weapon, but it's smooth. It's running great. And this game is Doom 2, of course, and it's running really smooth. Yeah, basically it's depending on the CPU, and this 233 is just more than enough for this game. No issues, because no 3D acceleration at all. The sound is great, and I'm not sure I should get music or not, but it's basically the same as the original Doom. Maybe the texture resolution is a bit higher, but yeah, it's pretty smooth and decent on this MMX CPU and the Virge. So I just wasn't able to leave Doom out, and I realized I really forget about this game because I'm stuck in this room. I knew that maybe just there was a button I had to push to open that freaking door, but no, I just don't know how to exit it, which is really sad. But I'm started this retro project, so I think I will really get used to this game very soon. And I have MIDI music, which is fine by me at least, and sound effects are good. So I'm running on Windows 98 with this Sound Blaster card, and yeah, it's good for everything so far. Maybe not for older DOS games, but at least for these it's really good. Actually, I'm using the Windows, how do you call it? Sorry. Yeah, I'm using the, let me focus, Doom 95, which is a little Windows tool to set your game whatever you wish, and it's useful. But the DOS version, the basic version, is actually running smooth as well. So Pharaoh and Age of Empires are 2D games. I think everyone knows them, so not much to say about. And I've already showed you the 3D Mark 99 beauty, and and 2000 is not working below 4 megabytes, so it will be the job for the sys card. And maybe I will take a quick look at Dungeon Keeper, which I never played, but I've seen some videos on LGR and others, and it looks really amazing, so I want to play this game on Dungeon Keeper 2 as well. So in Lion King, maybe it will need to reboot in DOS or not. I hope. Yeah, Aladdin was a more aggressive game regarding this, but as you can hear, Lion King sound could be an issue in some configurations, but not in this one, because it's running really, yeah, sound is good. I remember playing it on the Pentium 1 a long time ago with a 1 megabyte 2D card, and yeah, I just can't really play it again. Yeah, jumping with this button, it needs, I would need 2 hands to play it. Yeah, but I'm holding the camera. Oh no, yeah, I have enough length and fingers to play it. So yeah, I will be able to play with one hand, and it's not comfy and I'm still really bad. But I played this game through many levels basically before, so I liked it. But yeah, I'm not used to it anymore. I will. And yeah, this thing happens with this PC several times. I haven't experienced this with the S33064, just with the Virge, so yeah. But who knows, those games are not really for 98. I should use the DOS mode instead. And this is Dungeon Keeper, and I think this will be the final part, so I think these are the games I wanted to test on the Virge at all, and the next thing will be the sys card, and I will test those games again, at least those that are important to be tested. Yeah, so Dungeon Keeper might not even loading anymore. It can happen. So we'll jump back to it later. Thank you so much for watching this gameplay video as well. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any other games you wanted to see in such class machine with the sys card maybe, feel free to add it in the comment section and I will test them out. Thank you once again. Bye bye. So as you can see, this is Dungeon Keeper running nicely after a reboot. So the main problem was I was testing all those games one by one without any restart or reboot, and I think the 64 megabyte EDO RAM is just not really enough for this. So yeah, I think it's using software render. I was able to mess around with the shadow and light settings, but basically it's running smooth anyway, so no issue with it. With the 100 megahertz, oh, I can pick those up. With the 100 megahertz Pentium, it was really laggy, but with this, it's cool. I don't know why I want to put them down, and I don't even know what I'm trying to do right now. Okay, they are digging some holes, and why are they disappearing? Yeah, whatever. So this game is running fine, regardless of the graphics card. It just needs some nice CPU. I think it's around 200 megahertz, and it's fine. So great. So that's it for this part of the project. Thank you so much once again.